Okay, I'm going to share my screen here. And what I did was went looking at the Perron family tree and looking at my father and my grandparents. So over here on the left is me. I'm sorry, that's my dad. I'm down there, me and my wife, my dad, his dad, uh, my grandpa Perron, Phil Perron, and then going to his father, Joe Perron, and then we go to the next line, another Theophil, Joe Benoit, Isaac Kirby. Oh, okay, that's my grandmother's line. So let's see, Joseph Benoit, and I followed the Benoit family line and come to Jean Baptiste Benoit, and I'm sure it was Benoit, Jean Baptiste Benoit, and then let's see if this was my great grandparents here, great great, three great, four greats, and we come to one of the interesting parts is that there's a more than one parent line that shows up in our families. So you got Joseph Benoit, Amable Cusino, and Pascal Denoyer's parent, which was really interesting. Um, and Martin Sarrazin, which was Francois Perron's wife. And so Joseph and Malvenia, and these are his parents and her parents. So when I follow her parents, and I'm assuming Ed Jr. is from the same lineage. I didn't go down here to check. So I'm assuming because I received a picture showing Malvenia and Joe together, an old photo. And so when you follow that line, you come down the Perron line here, Francois Perron and his wife. Now this is still the bloodline. I know it's not the Benoit line, but you come over here to continue and down this over here. So once again, from Theophil, and he had a lot of brothers and sisters. We see them here. Then my grandfather's grandfather here, and then his brother, Joseph's father, and then Malvenia Perron's father and mother, following her mother's bloodline. We come over here, and we continue up here, and this is all in Quebec. You come over here, and you come over here, and this is where I thought it was really interesting. There's a Benoit, Francois Benoit, way back here in 1600. So they converged later on. And when you take Francois's relatives, his mother, Francois also, and this is it here, you see a mother here, and then her father, and you see the chief of the Huron Wendat's, the tribe, and then the same thing here. This person here was employed by, you remember, the explorer Champlain, back in northern Michigan. This was somebody who was attached to that person. And over here you start to see the some of the tribe that was what they call the First Nation, the tribes around the Sioux. And what was I going to do? I wanted to do one last thing. I just wanted to put some of the details of, so it was Atsena de Plat, Great Bear, chief of the Huron Wendat. And it says the territory of New York, also known as the Mohawk Nation. I thought that was quite interesting. It also mentions up here, Huron, and so there's a little bit of dispute over the one of the individuals, and it's this guy, Rock Manitou, a bitch. I don't know how to pronounce that at all. It says here he was the personal representative and interpreter for De La Champlain, and that he'd been hired as his scout and traveling companion, so he was probably like his right-hand man, especially if he was his interpreter. If you read here that he had married a young Indigenous woman that I believe came through the Chippewa, the Ojibwe, of course, is what they call it. So I just wanted to send that over to you for Ed, and I'll probably make a different recording later, digging a little bit more into it. And I'm going to stop the screen sharing. I'm going to post this on YouTube. I'll send you the link.